Commence entry. Greetings, my dearest Council of Seven. I am Archimedean Paravian, here this day to log one of our projects that very nearly ended in failure. Many of our researchers today will continue to deny or discredit the Limbo platform, not because it succeeded when it wasn't expected to, but because of the loss of both the original prototype and operator. That incident alone nearly ended the development of the Limbo platform as we know it, because operator was the only one willing to pilot the Limbo platform prototype. Following his departure, finding replacement operators has proven to be difficult. The lack of pilot subjects has resulted in further research efforts almost grinding to a halt. Even void demons can have fears, but that's beside the point. File number Tango Lima Tango TAC 021. Designation Limbo. Following the tragedy aboard the Zoraman 10-0, it was decided that a safer, quicker, and more efficient method of transportation between colonies was needed. As such, the call was made to test the idea of interdimensional travel. To ensure this solution would be found, all researchers who assisted in the completion of the Nova Platform project were brought together under a brand new program. Nobody expected anything significant to come of this endeavour, so this program was nicknamed the Oblivion Project, because it was joked that this massive effort was all for naught, especially in a field of study that even we at the time knew little of. Access to information regarding the Oblivion Project is strictly regulated, and thus limited for someone even of my Archimedean status. However, due to the grace of Executor Ballas, in recognition of my cataloguing efforts, I have been granted access to test phase recordings of the Oblivion Project, for usage of reference in this report. Playing first recording.
This is leading scientist Pollux, conducting Phase 1, Test number 20 of the Oblivion Project. Subject has been fitted with the prototype device, which upon activation should alter its state of being. Subject is to then attempt to interact with his surrounding environment. Beginning test. Subject appears to be unable to affect or pick up anything not brought along with it. Subject also appears to be emanating an aura of some sort. Readings are going crazy here. No external power is being supplied to subject, yet energy measurements appear to be increasing. How strange. Perhaps the device reacts to external stimuli. Firing upon subject. Interesting. Projectiles appear to have phased through the subject, as if subject were just a ghost. No damage is being indicated on sensors, so it is safe to assume that the prototype device is unharmed. Retrieving subject. Test conclusion, pending success upon further evaluation. Even within all our knowledge of interstellar travel, we know little to nothing about extraplanar physics. What little knowledge we have does not adhere to any traditional fields of study we understand.
At first glance, the Limbo platform only has the power to shift its state of being. However, upon further examination, it is revealed that this very same power bends all known laws of physics. The Limbo platform is able to transcend into another plane of existence, one that lies somewhere in between our realm and the ones beyond our reach. Because of this, the Limbo platform is not an otherworldly entity or corporal construction, but rather betwixt and between the two. Given that the Limbo project was the sole reason we discovered there even was something existing between this realm and the ones beyond, it was only appropriate that we name this newly found dimension the Rift. Attribute 1. Oust. In addition to being able to enter and exit the Rift at will, the Limbo platform is capable of forcefully sending any target it wishes into the Limbo platform's opposite plane of existence, bringing the possibility of deliberately sending a friendly target into the rift for protection against hostiles. Although friendly targets are not immune to entering the rift, it is not advised to do so unless required, as multiple operators report that traversing the rift feels uncomfortable, like a cold, overbearing chill, as if you've been drenched with water on a cold and breezy day. Testing has revealed that the rift has no need for traditional targeting systems, as has been ever present in other Warframe platforms, since the Limbo platform has demonstrated being able to send targets into the rift, even when not in line of sight. Targets can be affected so long as they stand within appropriate distance of the Limbo platform, even more so if the Limbo platform is outfitted with range-altering modules. Moreover, the method by which the Limbo platform displaces targets is by instantly sending forth a wave of extraplanar energy invisible to the naked eye, resulting in multiple enemies becoming displaced, even if not intended or desired. The point-and-click nature of this is not unlike the flash of a camera. Our laboratories have managed to produce a supplement module which can convert a portion of this extraplanar energy into a restorative one, capable of mending damaged components of all Warframe platforms. Operators have shown little interest in this module thus far, as the Limbo platform was not intended for usage as a primary sanative platform. Attribute 2. Stagnance. Playing second recording.
This is leading scientist Pollux, conducting post-Phase 1 assessment of the Oblivion project. All attempts to fit the prototype device onto some form of vehicle or expeditionary vessel have failed. No matter what we tried, we have found ourselves unable to make the device work on anything larger than any one of us. All instances of trying to fit 2 living entities or more with the prototype device has resulted in damage to the testing facility and the loss of 20 lives. Oddly enough, energy readings of the device quintupled during the blast, suggesting that anything affected by the device that dies somehow generates a burst of energy. We've been given the order from the Council of Seven to shift the focus of the Oblivion project away from transportation and more towards weaponizing the prototype device. In short, they want us to use the prototype device to construct a new Warframe platform. It would be a lie if I said nobody saw this coming. 20 deaths attributed to the accidental discharge of volatile energy. Of course, the Council would want this to be used in war. We're already wading into a pool of the unknown just by experimenting with the device. By the stars, I should never have accepted the offer for this.
Manipulation of extraplanar energy appears to include manipulation of extraplanar physics. By altering the very energy that exists within the rift plane, the Limbo platform gains the ability to effectively stop time within the rift dimension. All sources of harm to the Limbo platform appear to be affected the instant they set foot into the rift, becoming suspended in animation. All Warframe platforms are immune to this effect, most likely because the Limbo platform itself is the source of this sudden change in physics, and thus wills the energy of the rift dimension to merely ignore any inhabiting allies. The overall extent of this time stop in the rift can be capitalised on through the installation of duration-altering modules, but even then, this time stop appears to be most effective in defence or survival situations. Attribute 3. Trigger. By forcefully causing rift dimension particles to collide and travel at inconstant speeds, the Limbo platform causes all hostiles within the rift dimension to become imbued with protean rift particles, which detonate once afflicted hostiles leave the rift dimension. This detonation in question generates a ripple of extraplanar energy, which causes all opposing entities who are touched by these waves to be immediately sent into the rift dimension, including whatever entity was the source of this detonation. the extent at which this ripple can travel and affect enemies has been shown to be affected by range-enhancing modules. This manipulation of the rift in particular seems to be particularly useful in minimising the Limbo platform's exposure to being outside of the rift, which is useful considering that this allows the Limbo platform to better exploit its control of the rift dimension. Particles themselves can be weaponised by installing the Torrent supplementary module. This module causes the weapons of the Limbo platform itself to become charged, in accordance to the amount of particles that are touching enemies. The greater the amount of hostiles within the rift, the greater the amount of damage the Limbo platform can deal. This damage can be furthered by adding strength-enhancing modules onto the Limbo platform. Attribute 4. Bridge. Playing final recording.
This is leading scientist Pollux, conducting Phase 3, test number 44 of the Oblivion Project. The prototype device has been mounted onto a Warframe platform, constructed to withstand repeated activations of the device. The walls of the testing facility have been repaired and reinforced, and non-essential personnel have been instructed to leave the area. Under direct order of the Council of Seven, I have been instructed to find a way to harness the large-scale potential of the device's volatile energy, explosive or otherwise. Should I die during procedure of this experiment, I would like my successor to follow the instructions I have set forth in my research notes during Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the Oblivion Project. Beginning test. Well, this changes things.
By channeling the energy of the rift with the energy produced by the Limbo platform itself, a large spherical anomaly can be created from seemingly nowhere. This anomaly in question acts as a gateway, allowing all who enter it to immediately shift over into the rift dimension, and all who leave it to exit the rift dimension. All known laws of the rift apply to this anomaly, including the Limbo platform's time stop and particle alteration capabilities. However, because the raw energy of the rift does not linger outside of its natural environment, the anomaly shrinks over time until it eventually dissipates with a blast. This anomaly's size and continuance can be affected by reach and duration modules respectively. The most important module to note is the Continuum supplementary module, which increases the duration of the anomaly. This is accomplished by harnessing the bursts of energy that are created when targets die within the rift, and transfiguring them into rift particles, which cause the anomaly to linger for just a moment longer. Although not a failure by any means, the Limbo platform is coveted mostly by unaccompanied operators and coordinated units, due to its potential to change the course of combat in an otherworldly manner, and due to most operators mistrusting and thus avoiding the rift as a whole. This concludes my development report on the Limbo platform. Terminate entry.